He had never tasted defeat, not once. Not in the mud of the battlefield, not in the chaos of surprise attacks, not even when the odds were impossible. For years, his name meant only one thing: victory. Kings trusted him, soldiers worshipped him, enemies feared him, but history remembers him for just one battle. The battle he lost, the battle that ended everything. He wasn't born into power. He wasn't the son of a king. He wasn't chosen by destiny. He was just a soldier, one who understood war better than anyone else. While others fought with anger, he fought with patience. While others charged with pride, he waited with strategy. He studied terrain like a hunter. He moved armies like chess pieces. He knew when to strike, and more importantly, when not to. His first victory came when no one expected it. Outnumbered, under-equipped, surrounded. But he saw something others didn't, a weakness hidden in the enemy's confidence. At dawn, when the fog covered the valley, he attacked from the impossible direction. By sunset, the enemy army was gone. That day, a commander was noticed. A legend had begun. Battle after battle, his victories stacked like monuments. Enemies tried ambushes. He predicted them. They tried overwhelming numbers and he divided them. They tried cutting off supplies. He moved faster than hunger. Soldiers believed he was protected by fate. Some even whispered he could see the future. But the truth was simpler and more dangerous. He never underestimated anyone until he did. Years passed. His name spread across continents. Kingdoms surrendered at the sound of his march. He had become more than a man. He had become a symbol of invincibility. And that is when the first crack appeared. Victory changes people. At first it brings confidence, then pride, then something worse, certainty. He stopped listening to cautious advisors. He stopped questioning his own plans. After all, how could he be wrong? He had never been. When reports came about a rising enemy in the east, he laughed. They are not strong, he said. They are just desperate. But desperate enemies fight differently. They don't fight to win. They fight because they have nothing left to lose, and that makes them dangerous. The land was unfamiliar. Cold winds, narrow paths, thick forests, perfect ground for an ambush. His scouts warned him. His officers hesitated, but he pushed forward. He had marched through worse before. The first attack came at night. Not a full battle, just chaos. Arrows from the dark, fires in supply lines, screams without visible enemies. His army won the skirmish, but something felt different. For the first time in years, he did not control the battlefield. Dawn broke with fog covering the valley, a valley he had chosen himself. But this time, the enemy had chosen too. Hidden forces waited in the hills. Traps lined the retreat paths. His supply wagons were already burning behind him. He realized too late. He wasn't leading an attack. He was walking into a cage. Still he fought. Hours turned into slaughter. His soldiers fought bravely, but bravery cannot defeat strategy when the strategy isn't yours. One by one, his commanders fell. His formations broke. His famous discipline dissolved into survival. For the first time in his life, he was losing. Legends aren't supposed to fall. That's why history remembers it so clearly when they do. Some say he died fighting in the center of the battlefield. Others say he was captured and never seen again. But all stories agree on one thing. His army was destroyed completely. The man who had never lost had finally been defeated, and with him fell the myth of invincibility. It wasn't because the enemy was stronger. It wasn't because his soldiers were weaker. He lost because he forgot the one rule that had made him great in the first place. Respect your enemy. Victory had blinded him. Success had made him predictable. Confidence had turned into arrogance, and arrogance is the most dangerous weakness in war. History doesn't just remember winners, it remembers warnings. The greatest general of his time did not fall to a superior army. He fell to his own belief that he could never fall. And that is how a legend ended, not with his first defeat, but with his last mistake.